quickly wandered about in her beautiful clothing, dressed to impress orphaned cripples with naught in their heads. Deceit lured that truth to her place to stay for the evening, acting as though she were truth's most reliable friend. And gullible truth fell asleep like the calmest of babies. Drooling but slightly, she snuffled and smiled in her sleep. Clever deceit hugged the blanket and pulled it away, and drank from truth's veins until she felt full and complete. She raised herself up, eyeing truth with the face of a bulldog. Looks like a woman and worth no more than the rest. There isn't a difference between the one and the other when truth and deceit are both completely undressed. Deceit even stripped truth's hair of its gold-colored ribbons, and snatched up her clothing she deemed it to fit her by eye. Deceit took truth's money and watch and even her passport, and filthily cursed, and she left without a goodbye. Only on waking did truth discover her losses, and stared at the mirror, not knowing the mirror to lie. Someone had covered her body in soot and then left her smeared head to toe in that soot, but otherwise fine. The public threw stones at truth when they saw her. Deceit stole my clothes, she laughed as people took aim. A couple of cripple-brained cretins cuffed her and locked her, and called her a number of hurtful, ridiculous names. They called her a witch, and other names much less respectful, and smeared her with dirt and unleashed the neighborhood hound to chase her away past the furthest bounds of the city, and threatened her else's should they ever see her around. That log of the cretins blamed truth in a ranting conclusion for things she'd never suspected could even be done. Allegedly, some evil filth by the name of truth has drunk all her clothing away like some villainous scum, and nakedly truth bummed around, cursing and sobbing, and she fell in her sadness deep into illness and debt. Meanwhile, deceit stole the purest and whitest of horses, and joyfully galloped away on her white slender legs. Mind you, it's easy to live with deceit in truth's clothing, though truth might suffer and people confuse them by name. But truth can't be bought, and she roves far away from the public, avoiding their chastising scowls in her clothingless shame. Even today, the random odd fool might defend her, though even he doesn't have so much truth in his speech. Though one day, of course, we all know truth may still triumph, if only she's able to act in the ways of deceit. So often it happens when drinking out with your brothers, you don't even know in which bed or on even which street you'll fall asleep and maybe lose all of your clothing. Look, there's your pants being worn by crafty deceit. Look, there's your watch on the wrist of crafty deceit. Look, there's your horse being guided by crafty deceit.